The Invader 1. What's up guys, Invader 1 here again, and I'm back this time with Mass Effect 3 Gamer Series, and I have something special for you guys, something really cool, really awesome. I'm so excited that these guys decided to do this with me as well. I've been wanting to kind of showcase more PS3 players, sorry. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I have played on PS3 a little bit, but I have not had the time to really max out my manifest there, and it's just been a little difficult because of that. But at the same time, there are some amazing PS3 players that have definitely made a mark on Mass Effect 3, and I want to give a shout out to these two guys, and they're really awesome, cool guys to game with. I have personally never played with Smooth Criminal, but I have definitely gamed with Knocking Brain, and you will see both of these guys in play right now. So what I did is I said, hey guys, reached out to Smooth Criminal and Knocking Brain and said, hey, could you please provide me a dual platinum gameplay, do something really awesome, really great. You guys are awesome, and just, you know, give me some gameplay that I could show this to the subs and kind of show some of the PS3 Mass Effect 3 powerhouses just going at it, you know, just doing something really awesome. So they came back and did Geth Infiltrator sniper duo on Condor versus Geth. So these guys are pretty hardcore. They take it. They hit the Geth hard. They really did a great job, and I have to give it to them that these are some really great PS3 gamers in Mass Effect 3. If you guys see them on the lobby, say hi to me, hi to them for me, and you know, say what's up and just have a good time. You know, these guys are really good. So a few things I want to know. First of all, Smooth Criminal, before I even go into a few of the things that I want to talk about in this video, Smooth Criminal is also one of the group leaders for the group called Spectre, which is considered, you know, pretty much some of the elite players from Mass Effect 3, and you could only join that group by being called to be a part of that group. And it's a group that's only on the BioWare social network. It doesn't have a website. It doesn't have anything else but a group status on the BioWare social network, and that's the only way you can join through them. And what's good about the group is that you find similarly skilled players. So you have a lot of Spectre members who have a lot of skill. When you play with these guys, I mean, you are playing with, you know, really very skilled players. And if you guys have seen that in a lot of my gameplay in the past. I've played with a lot of Spectre members, and even some of the gameplay that you guys have seen recently, like for example Max Damien and the Shard 7. You know, a lot of gamers throughout the videos that I have in the past have been Spectre members, and that's why you will see when we play, our scores are so tight. I mean, everybody's just destroying everything. The platinum games go so fast, but they're not easy. They're just, you know, platinum is not easy. It's just a little bit more interesting when you play with very skilled players. So, you know, Smooth Criminal is the group leader for Spectre now, and I want to give him a shout out and props to him. He has done such a great job with the group, and he manages it quite well. He has also done, if you guys watch any of my Thunderdome solos, which is Glacier Hazard versus Collectors Platinum, those solos that I did, he actually did a solo on his channel, and I'm linking both of their channels, by the way, Smooth Criminal and also Knocking Brain's channel, on the comment box. I'm sorry, in the description, and you can check out their channels. Now, in regards to Smooth Criminal, he did a solo. He did that solo on Glacier Hazard versus Collector's Platinum with the Collector Adept, and I gotta tell you, it was one of the most amazing solos. It's just absolutely amazing. It's just, you can tell how really skilled he is with the character, You can tell he has that gamer twitch. You know, he can actually he understands the character, he understands how to play, and you can see in this gameplay how these guys are just totally destroying and demolishing enemies with the Geth Infiltrator. And that is something tough to do, especially against Geth, guys, because Geth and Condor, where, you know, they have a great line of sight on you. You know, the Geth are very powerful. They have a lot of stun, a lot of stagger, and they can drop you, especially a Geth Infiltrator, really quickly. And you know, this is what you're gonna see in this gameplay. You're gonna see amazing gamers just going at it and doing a duo that it's quite difficult. A duo versus Geth and Condor is not the easiest thing, and these guys just do a great job. And it's PS3. Now, going back to a little bit about Smooth Criminal, he definitely, you know, he's definitely done a great job with the Spectre group, and as well, please check out his channel. Check out the solo that he did, and I think it was absolutely amazing. I watched it. I didn't get to watch all of it, but I did get to watch pretty much the first 3 waves, and then I skipped over to the end. I wanted to watch how he extracted, and it was just absolutely amazing. And you should definitely check it out, guys. He's done a great job, and he is a very skilled player as well. So props to you guys on PS3. Great for representing PS3. I've been wanting to see more PS3 gameplay, and I'm kind of glad that this is not my gameplay, because it would have suffered a little bit. My manifest on PS3 is kind of bare bones, so this is great to see 2 very, very skilled gamers on PS3 just kicking total ass. Alright, and now let's talk about Knockingbrain a little bit. Knockingbrain, I have gotten to game with him when the moments that I do play on PS3. Knockingbrain has always been very helpful. The great thing about Knockingbrain is that on the Bioware social network, on forum posts and everything, he's very helpful. He's out there to help out any gamer that, you know, reaches out to him. At one point, he was actually the top ranked when it comes to challenge points on the PS3, and that was actually really cool to see. His ranking is ridiculously high, so he was actually playing the game quite a bit, and he's just very, very skilled. The times that we have played on PS3, we've played Platinum, we've played Gold, and he's just been such a great team player. Anything from, you know, just having great communication, being awesome in the game, and also helping out. But at the same time, he's been very helpful in synergizing with the team. So the times that we've played, it hasn't just been a situation where, you know, we're just running around doing whatever. He'll actually communicate and help out, and that's always great to see, especially in this game where a lot of times you see gamers who don't have mics, etc. The last few times that I got to play with him, I didn't have a mic myself. For whatever reason, on PS3, I couldn't find my headset. I couldn't find the headset that I had for it, and it was just insane. I was so upset, because I do like having my headset on. Even on the Xbox, when I play, I will be in a pug game. I may not say anything, because in the past I would actually normally just say something right away. I'm to the point that, you know, not everybody likes that, so I'll just stay quiet and wait till, you know, somebody says something, and then I'll respond. But, you know, the great thing about Knockingbrain is that, you know, he's always available. He has his headset on, you know, you can talk to him, and even if he doesn't have it on, you could just, you know, send him a message or whatever on PS3. So that's the great thing. And here, guys, you see what's going on here. So let's talk about the build that is shown here. And this is interesting, because the build that I saw that they provided here in this gameplay is actually a little different than normally what I take. It's just a little different. So let's go over the Geth Infiltrator a little bit. And this is more of a sniper build, and it's a little different from what I do, but you know, it's just very slightly different. It's not too different. So, for example, on Tactical Cloak, they went with rank 4 damage, and rank 5 normally they go for recharge speed, but they went for melee damage, increased melee damage by 50% while cloaked, which is very interesting, because normally if you're going for a sniper build, you're not, you know, you want more the recharge speed, not the melee damage. So that's interesting. I'm guessing this is probably an overall build that also works for gold, and you probably want your melee damage to be great, so like that you can damage enemies. So I'm assuming that's probably what they went for. And on rank 6 they went for sniper damage, which is great. So it makes their sniper rifles absolutely beastly, because you get an additional 25% damage while cloaked. So it is insane. It is absolutely insane. For Proximine, they went with what I normally go with, guys. And for rank 4 and Proximine, all Proximine builds, forget the damage on rank 4. You just always go for radius, and then on rank 5 go for damage taken, because what happens is when you Proximine an enemy, you know, if you have radius, then you're applying the debuff effect of rank 5 to multiple enemies. What that means is that now every enemy that is in that 4.5 meter radius now takes more damage. Takes 20% more damage from all sources for 8 seconds after, you know, the proxy mine has attacked or you have applied this effect on the enemy. So that's really the way to go. I mean, I really don't see any need to go to rank 4 in damage. Damage is nice, it's great, it gives you more damage. I mean, but really, proxy mine, the way to use it is as a debuff power, and they use it quite well here. And you see that in the gameplay, which is great. Hunter mode, they went with something a little different, but it's actually not too different. Rank 4 weapon accuracy is the way to go. Rank 5 rate of fire is always the way to go. But rank 6, they went for speed and vision, and that makes a lot of sense for Condor. You want speed and vision because in a map that's this big, or any other map that's really big, you're going to want to have, you're going to want to be faster, number one, and then you want your Geth Hunter mode to allow you to snipe or allow you to see enemies from far away, especially against the Geth, that they have hunters that they're cloaked and sometimes you can't see them, especially in a dark map like this. So having speed and vision on a sniper build is definitely the way to go. And normally I'll go for damage because the range is already good, but on a sniper build like this, speed and vision on rank 6 or hunter mode is truly the way to go. For network AI, the recommendation is to go rank 4 weapon damage, rank 5 headshots, and rank 6 to go for more weapon damage. Like that, you got to get weapon damage bonus of 10%. For example, you see here that KNOCKINGBR4IN is actually using using a Geth sniper rifle, alright, which is a Javelin. And what's great about the Javelin is that it is a Geth sniper rifle again, so you're going to get this additional 10% weapon damage bonus on top of the 22.5 weapon damage bonus that you already get on his passives. So if you're using something like the Javelin, it kind of works out quite well. You get, that additional Geth weapon damage bonus. Now, XASMOOTHCRMNAL is not using a Geth weapon. He's actually he's using a Black Widow here, which is also a great weapon. He gets those 3 shots, and he's doing quite well with them. So that's also a good thing. Even though he doesn't get the Geth weapon damage bonus, he still gets 22.5% weapon damage bonus on his passives. And the rest of the points you can put in advanced hardware, which is fitness, is 3 points. So this is a great build, guys. This is the Geth Infiltrator sniper build. You guys saw this on my previous video, to proxy or not to proxy, and also the other video, which is the almighty Geth Javelin Infiltrator build. On that one, it doesn't have a proxy mine, but on the proxy or not to proxy, you do get the proxy mine build, and I do prefer the one with the proxy mine, mostly because of the debuff capability. So pretty much the way you play this, you snipe, you cloak, use tactical cloak first, you shoot proxy mine at the enemy, and since you have already debuffed them with the proxy mine, then you shoot. That gives you a ton amounts of damage on the enemy. So you see that a lot here, and some of the things that they're doing is quite amazing. For example, XASMOOTHCRMNAL is using the heavy barrel on the Black Widow, which is great. He also brought the Scorpion, which is another great weapon with the heavy barrel and extra ammo capacity. Scorpion is really good for mobs, and it kind of drops troopers. It really stuns the enemy, which is something that you truly need, especially when it comes to the Geth. And this is tough doing devices. That's really tough. Yeah, that was that was rough. The one thing about the Geth, especially the primes, they have all these turrets, so I had to cut into the gameplay here and just talk about that a little bit. But anyways, guys, what's great in the sense of what they're using here, in a build like this, with a character that doesn't have a lot of high health and shields, in this situation they're using Adrenaline module. XASMOOTHCRMNAL is using Adrenaline module because it makes it go a little faster. But you can use Adrenaline module on a character like this if you're very confident with this character, or you can use something like shield power cells. Now you're thinking, well, what are shield power cells for? Guys, you should definitely be using shield power cells for Geth characters. Cyclonic modulators are always good, yes, absolutely, because these guys don't, Geth don't really have much health and shields. They really don't have much fitness, they're machines. But when it comes to what kind of armor bonus you want to put on, The reason you want to use something like shield power cell is because since they don't have a lot of shields, if you use shield power cells, the moment they drop, it almost instantly the shields come back up. This way you can take another hit. You cover, take cover, you can take another hit. Take cover, you can take another hit. You know, this way your shields are constantly coming back up. And even though it's not a lot of shields, but they come back up so fast that it allows you to stay alive and survive a little longer. So that's kind of like the mentality behind it. And that's why I'll use also cyclonic modulators on characters like the Vorcha. The Vorcha are really great because they have the health regen, and then you have the shield regen with the cyclonic so the shield power cells. Then your health is going back up real quick, and your shields are going back up real quick. So you're kind of cheesing it in a way. It's not a cheese, but you know that's kind of the way you think of it. And the characters like the Geth, especially the Geth Infiltrator, and also the Geth Engineer. Let's say you're using the Geth Heavy Melee to kill enemies. You want your shields to come back up really fast because you get dropped. You have nothing after you deplete your shields doing a Geth Heavy Melee. So that's something that you definitely want to have, something like a shield power cell. This situation, my buddy Smooth Criminal's awesome, doesn't need it. He's just like, I'm just going to do the adrenaline module. I want to be the super fast, awesome, you know, Geth Infiltrator. So that's great, and he shows that here. And he also has a survival loadout. Guys, I definitely recommend the survival loadout for solos, survival loadout for duos. It is great because you get more ops packs. So the way you want to think about it is if you're about to get hit, or you want to be invincible for a moment. Let's say you have to go through 2 or 3 primes, and you have to get through them, because especially on wave 2 of Geth, you get 3 primes at once, and you need to be invincible for a moment to get to a better position. You use your ops pack, and within I believe it's about 2 seconds maybe, you're invincible for that moment, and then you can go right ahead and just go right through that mob and leave. And at the same time, instead of having to be so hardcore and let yourself die out, just go right ahead and use an ops pack so you can survive. So you get more ops packs, and it's a great gear bonus because you get plus 20% shields, and at the same time you get more ops packs. And guys, ops packs are like life when it comes to duos in a situation like this, especially against Geth. You need it so much against Geth because you have a lot of pyros, like this situation here. You have pyros, you have hunters. They drop you, they stagger you, and also in platinum you don't just get that. You get a lot of DPS from the marauders. So and here we go. Here's the Scorpion gameplay. Look how great the Scorpion is against small mobs. Does a great job, and then you can switch back and forth. And this is what's great about watching players like this. They're really good with the weapon loadouts. They can switch from one weapon to the other, understand what to do when they're gaming. When they're like, for example, this is pretty much the same way I play. It's if I'm using the Geth Infiltrator, I'm using the Javelin or the Black Widow, and then I'm using it against most of the bigger bosses and mostly all the bosses, as long as they're far away from me. The moment any enemy is right in front of me, it's like you want to use something like the Scorpion, like Phantoms or anything like that, because they're right in front of you. You want to stagger them, and you want to keep them from shooting at you. Now, Knockingbrain is doing something awesome because he's actually doing pretty much the kind of build I normally use. He's using phasic rounds because he's got the Javelin. Now, guys, the Javelin is definitely one of those kind of sniper rifles that it's a little bit of it takes a little bit of skill to get used to, but it's extremely powerful, and you want to learn. And I talked about this before in the previous videos. You want to learn reload canceling because it'll make this gun so good, because you're constantly shooting your shot faster and faster and faster and faster. And what happens is that the one shot from the Javelin is so darn powerful that if you learn how to reload canceling, you're shooting 1, 2, 3, 4 shots, and you're destroying, demolishing the enemy. And guys, the Javelin is super powerful, and you get the Geth weapon damage bonus in this kind of build because you're using a Geth. Now the reason he's using phasic rounds, guys, is because phasic rounds on the Javelin is a must. I don't use anything else but phasic rounds on the Javelin. It's just I don't see any point to use anything else. The Javelin phasic rounds were made for the Javelin, and I'll tell you why. Because it goes through a shield gate. To explain that simply, let me just explain it simply. That I don't want to go into the technical details or whatever, but when you use phasic rounds, what it does is it allows you to apply the full damage of the gun on the enemy without having to deal with the shield. So in other words, if if you're shooting at an enemy like a Marauder, normally you have to go through his shield first. You have to drop the shields first to then get to the health and damage the health. When you use phasic rounds and you shoot your gun, you're able to damage both. Okay, so you're able to take down health. You're able to take down. You're able to get through that and be able to damage the enemy right away instead of having to go through two things. So if you see any Javelin gameplay, if you'll notice some of the Javelin gameplay that I've had in the past, sometimes I'm one-shotting small enemies like Marauders, Collector Captains. I'm just one-shotting them because I'm going right through the shield guy. I'm just blasting them because I have phasic rounds on the Javelin. So guys, phasic rounds is a great tool, great ammo type, but it's really great only for guns like the really powerful one-shot weapons like the Claymore, like the Javelin. Mostly the Javelin, guys. The Javelin is just really the kind of gun that you really see this shine on, and that's why if we were to see Knockingbrain's gameplay, you'll probably see it similar to some of the gameplay I've had on the video to proxy and not to proxy, or the almighty Javelin Geth, where you're pretty much you see one shots, like just one-shotting some of the enemies, and it's insane because the amount of damage that you do. He's using a Cyclonic Modulator 4, and that's fine. He wanted to go for a little bit more tankiness, so good for you, Knockingbrain. It's fine. He's got the survival loadout and a sniper rifle rear lamp, which is awesome. So that is a good thing to see. Again, both of them are using survival loadout, guys. That's why I truly recommend it. I'm glad to see that they were both rocking that, because what they're doing is they're using their ops packs to stay alive and to allow them to be invincible at certain points in time, and allow them to manage certain waves instead of having to just depend on each other to pick each other up. And this is what happens, guys, when it comes to platinum duos. You can't be together all the time. And this is the thing. In the past, I used to, I've shown you guys videos in the past when I first started out how to handle platinum, and that's to kind of like show you guys how to get comfortable with platinum. Sometimes you camp an area and then you camp another spot, but you should not be doing that anymore. When it comes to when you're getting better with the game, you should be able to run around a little bit. You should be able to go corner to corner, because what happens is if you're together, if you're camped out in one spot, then you become kind of like one person, and the enemy sees you as one, and then all the aggro mechanics, all the enemies come to you. So what these guys are doing, they're not always together, and that's why they're depending on their ops packs, they're depending on soft cover, they're depending on their cloak, they're making sure they're dumping aggro to each other. One cloaks and the other one's uncloaked on the other side, so at least the enemy will get confused, go back and forth. So in a situation like that, this is what I'm talking about tactics, guys. You do not need to depend on camping out a situation. Matter of fact, it's tougher to camp on a map like this. It's really tough, because then what happens, all the enemies are encroaching upon you, and yes, you can camp it, but as a duo, not recommended. Definitely not recommended. You want to be able to move around the map. You want to be able to handle enemy spawns. You want to be able to go and take them out. And these guys do a great job of representing here on PS3. Now, I gotta give props to Knockingbrain and SmoothCRMNAL, because I have played this game on PS3, and this is nothing against the PS3, because the PS3 is a good system. But the thing is that this game was originally created for the Xbox, and it seems like it feels like a port on the PS3 and on PC, because if you look at it, I think the best, the overall benefits, the highest benefits of this game will be PC, and then Xbox, and then I would say PS3. Meaning that the Xbox, so far when I've played this game mainly on the Xbox, it has been extremely smooth. Except for some lag issues here and there. But on the PS3, you get a lot of frame rate issues. You get a lot of situations where the game it looks like it's broken up. It looks like it's laggy when it's not. And that is a big detriment when I played on PS3. And I'm able to manage it because I've been playing this game for quite a bit. But I have to give props to anybody who's playing this game on the PS3 and doing quite well, because any achievement that you do on PS3, that's why I love what these guys have done, because they do so great on the PS3, even with some of the issues that I've experienced and encountered myself, and it's really great to see that. In other words, these guys have amazing skill and great capability to just handle a map like this. So props to SmoothCRMNAL and props to Knockingbrain. You guys did a great job. Now, most of the time, I'm kind of wanting to do a dual commentary with these guys, but both of them were, well, Knocking Brain, I didn't reach out to in regards to. I reached out to Smooth Criminal to see if maybe he wanted to do a dual commentary, but I don't know. You know what happens? People get shy when it comes to that. So mostly what they said, they wanted to see what I had to say about the gameplay. So that's totally fine. It's not an easy thing to kind of get on here and talk for like 20 minutes or 25 minutes or whatever, and just talk about gameplay, talk about whatever. So, but anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. These guys are PS3 legends. I think they're absolutely amazing. I hope that you truly enjoyed this gameplay, that you learned something from it, and props to you guys. You guys are truly legends. Knocking Brain, Smooth Criminal. Please check out their channels. It's on the description box, and please comment, rate, and subscribe, guys. It truly helps me out, and I look forward to providing some more amazing gameplay for Mass Effect 3 and other games to come. Alright guys, I will check you guys on the other videos coming up, and have a wonderful day. Invader1 out.